Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an Airbus pilot, and welcome back to the Fenix Airbus A320. Today we're going to do our first flight with the patch number 2 for the big Fenix update. And well, the most important thing that I find in this update is the changes to the auto thrust behavior, so I'm really excited to see how it's going to work in today's flight. Now, we're standing in Los Angeles by IndyBuilds, and we are going to fly to MK Studios Seattle on the real-world United Airlines Flight 357 on this A320 with IFE V2500 engines. So, before we start, a very quick message from today's sponsor, and then we'll get straight into it. Thank you very much to Say Intentions AI for sponsoring today's video. If you're looking for an ATC add-on that can not just do your standard IFR A to B flight, but also other things like data link, VFR, and even a cabin crew simulation, then Say Intentions may just about be for you. We'll be using them throughout today's flight, so if you like what you're about to see, then check them out using the link in the pinned comment or the video description below. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into this. We're going to start, as always, with a very quick check of our flight plan. For that we are using SimBrief, and since people keep asking me, I am simply using the PDF viewer of my internet browser Firefox to display the flight plan, and that's exactly what you see on screen over here. Alright, so we're departing Los Angeles, then up northbound, pretty much in an almost straight line, all the way to our arrival in Seattle. Now, significant weather chart looks absolutely splendid today, nothing on there at all, and in terms of airport weather, Los Angeles has calm winds, few clouds, 20 degrees, beautiful. Our destination in Seattle has a couple of clouds here, broken 3400, but also calm winds, for the time being runway 16 in use. Our alternate in Portland is very good here as well, light showers of rain, forecast's looking beautiful on both airports. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and have a look at our flight plan. We're departing Los Angeles at 17:35, arriving at 20:30 in Seattle as United 357 on the A320 with IAE engines. We are not critical with any of our weights, cruising in flight level 360 today, and well, there really isn't anything special except for this absolutely beautiful airplane, of course. So, let's talk about fuel. For the Europeans, remember, this is all in pounds, as we're flying for a US operator here. So, did you use the time to think about what we may want to take? I honestly tell you, there is no reason to take extra fuel here at all. So 17.3 plus 400 taxi, let's round it up to 18, and that's it. So 18,000 pounds of fuel is exactly what we're gonna take. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into the flight deck and start working on our airplane. So in the States, we are usually boarding through the jetways, so that's what we are going to do today as well. Our first officer's here already, and as you can see, we've got a little bit of an old A320 here by United, with things like the old ADS unit, or for example, the analog standby instruments. It also doesn't have a DCDU, since CPDLC isn't really in use in the US at all, except for PDCs. Alright, with that, let's take a seat over here, and then we can go ahead and start preparing our airplane. So starting with the preliminary cockpit preparation, the engine masters are off, engine mode selector is in norm, the weather radar is off, landing gear lever is down, and the wipers are off. Battery voltage is more than 25.5, and then let's go ahead and turn on the batteries, as well as the external power units. While the airplane is powering, we could set the radios already, but what I'm going to do is I'll just select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over here. Come on, go active. Here we go. And make sure that our speaker is set to a decent level. Like that. Also, I am just gonna completely turn it off down here. In the real world, obviously, we would want to listen to this. In the sim, yeah, a little bit different thing. Alright, so, with that done, the airplane's still powering up over there, so let's head over into the EFB. We can go down to the Fenix tab, import our flight from SimBrief. And here it is. So that's all looking good. Then let's go down to mass and balance. Fuel, we said we wanted 18,000 pounds. Like that, apply, and we can use GSX for boarding and refueling, please. Yeah, close that. You're supposed to run in the background, my friend. Alright then, preliminary takeoff calculation. Los Angeles, 25 right, dry. Synchronize preliminary, synchronize weather. Do we have any intersection? No, we don't. Alright. Then we're just gonna do it like this. Flaps 1, takeoff 70 degrees. Takeoff speed's rather high, but totally fine. So that looks good to me. Then let's go ahead and prepare our charts. I am using FS24's Lido charts in here. Now, let's see, we do need an aerodrome parking chart. Probably number 1 over here if I need to guess. Yeah, parking up here. So APC number 1. Then we also need the ground chart, and here it is. We do not need the chart for the heavies today. And for our departure, we have the Lady for departure, which is pinned as well. Beautiful. So that's our EFB set up for the time being. Then it's 20 degrees outside, so let's go ahead, do the APU fire test, but we don't really need to start the APU just yet. So this is looking good. APU stays off for the time being. ADRs 1, 2, 3 coming online. And then let's go into the aircraft's technical acceptance. So recall for 3 seconds. And that's looking good. Nothing in here, nothing in the tech log as well. Airplane has no failures. It's in a good condition, even though it is a little bit old. But apart from that, looking splendid. Alright, so let's see. Oxygen is at 1800. Hydraulics are full. Oil quantity is full. Flaps are up. That agrees with the levers. Spoilers are retracted. And then parking brake released. Let's test the alternate brakes. Looking beautiful. And parking brake is set again. Alright, and that's the preliminary cockpit preparation complete. Then let's go ahead, turn on those lights. Quick check of the brake temperatures. Those are cold, then we can keep the brakes set, and with that, let's prepare for the walkaround. So, unfortunately, we just gotta jump down here, because, well, jetways in the sim, no further comment. Alright, the static ports are all clear, then we can move to the nose wheel. Down here, everything's fine. And no damages, no bird strikes, no nothing. Then moving on up to the front, the pitot tubes are fine. Tap probes, ice detectors, all looking good. Static port looking good, no damages or anything. So the front is looking good, no signs of bird strikes. Static port unobstructed, pitot tube and the TAT and ice detectors all looking good. So let's move off a little bit. Static ports are looking good. Then we can have a very quick look at the fuel panel. 18 is selected. Let's just increase that slightly down here to make sure that the airplane actually doesn't stop the refueling any moment earlier than it is supposed to. Engines are looking clear, nothing down there either, and well, then let's walk up to the leading edges. The green navigation light is on, that's beautiful. And the trailing edge of the wing is looking good as well. Very quick look inside the aft part of the engine, and that's completely clear. So, the landing gear assembly is looking good. Over here we're especially looking for leaks, for bird strikes. We're checking the condition of our brakes by looking at the brake wear indicator pins. But that's all looking beautiful today. So, let's have a look into the outflow valve, which is fine. Leading edges are looking fine, and everything else is beautiful over here. Nav light is working, and that is just perfect. Lovely, so we've got another wing to check on this side. Fuselage is fine, no sign of damages. Landing gear assembly is looking good, the tire conditions are good, brake wear indicator pins are in place, and that's all looking wonderful. By the way, do notice how we don't have any brake fans on this plane, and you can see how they are missing over here as well. Something that you may not be too used to seeing. since there aren't too many aircraft where you don't have brake fans, since the brakes and their heat on the Airbus are just a frequent problem. Alright then, getting to the number 1 engine, it's looking good from the back, nothing in there that's not supposed to be in there. The lower part is looking good, no signs of any oil leaking, fan blades are looking good, the spinner is undamaged over here, and the the pressure probe is looking good as well. Alright, and that's our walk around completed. So that's looking good for the time being. Then let's go ahead and start our pre-flight procedures. Might as well get the tables out, since we'd definitely be using them at the moment. So starting on the orbit panel, crew supplies coming on, flight recorder ground control switch on, CBR test is looking good, evacuation switch captain only, ADRS is aligning, and the aft overhead is looking good. Then on the center panel, lights are set, refueling is in progress, so the seatbelt sign remains off. Temperature controls are all set. Let's take a glimpse at the temperatures. Yeah, 73 in the cabin is okay, 92 in the flight deck, maybe a little bit too much. Let's go ahead and open up that window, get a little bit of fresh air inside, and that should be sufficient to cool it without the need for any APU. Since we're fueling, the pumps are going to remain off. Engine fire test. Looking good on engine number 1. And then we can do engine number 2. It's also looking good. Beautiful. So the right hand side is good and everything is set. Then let's move down to the main panel. So Q&H. And I tell you what, I am just going to get that from down here. Let's go into the ATSU. Then we need AOC menu, flight init, and data request. And as always, I will be using my WinWing MCDU to make the inputs, but I'm talking about what I'm doing so that you guys are able to follow along. So it's United 357, Los Angeles, Seattle, alternate Portland, 2 hours 5 minutes en route. Then weather, and we are looking for Kilo Lima Alpha X-Ray, Los Angeles, METAR, and CENT. Now let's see what we're about to get. Loads of load sheets. Number 1, we can ignore that. Number 2, we can ignore that. And number 3. So let's have a look. We are flying from Los Angeles to Seattle on the November 411 Uniform Alpha. And that is our airplane indeed. 2 pilots, 4 cabin crews. The 0 fuel weight is the limiting factor, as we can see. Then let's move on. 150 passengers expected, so completely full house. Portable water is full, and 18,000 pounds of fuel. We can accept this. Alright, now let's go for the weather. So calm winds, 22 degrees, altimeter 3005 or 1017. That's what that SLP is. It's basically the pressure in hectopascals. Here we go. Okay, standby has aligned, then it's the 8th of September 25, that's looking good. Alright, down here transitions are set for the time being. Weather radar is set, we'll take weather and turbulence please. Center panel is set, transponder is set. Well, then let's get up into our EFB. Let's quickly bring up our flight plan over here. And this is looking fantastic. Alright, cool. So, data, aircraft status. A320-200, V2500 engine, nav database up to date. Crash pad messages checked and cleared. So, init requests. Let's wait for the flight plan to uplink. Should be here like any moment. And there it is. Los Angeles, Seattle, alternate Portland. We are the United 357. Cost index is 30. Oh, something didn't work there. Here we go. Okay, cost index 30, flight level 360, and the temperature up there is minus 49 degrees. Ground temperature plus 22. So, flight plan, Los Angeles, departure should be 25 right, and we have the Lady 4 departure towards Castro. Okay, insert, and in Seattle we're arriving with an ILS to 16 right, and our star is the Hawks 8, from Battleground. And do we need any via? Not really, so we can just leave it like that. Okay, insert. So let's go ahead and check our SID. So straight ahead towards 640, then we got hyper below 3000. Or is it Docker? I think it's Docker on this runway. Tell you what, we're gonna do it easy. So constraints, here we go. So Docker below 3, Evosi below 5, and then we continue towards MacG. Then right hand turn towards Milboob of 7000, Lady at 8000, Rugby, and then we continue via Oros towards Heijo and Castro. That's looking fantastic. Then just checking the rest of the flight plan. Alright, fairly easy. Good, that looks good to me. Then let's continue. Secondary flight plan, copy active, and we'll fly to the Los Angeles emergency. I'm too lazy to count, let's call it 7. Alright, and that's based on Clax 25 right slash. Let's see what the runway track is gonna be. 251. And straight ahead for 25 miles. What did I do wrong? I forgot a number. This is better. Alright, and store. Lovely. So let's have another look. SAC plan. Los Angeles emergency 7. This is looking good. With a holding 251 inbound left turns. Okay, and from there we'll do an immediate return. Destination Los Angeles, arrival runway 25 left. Okay, no star, and that's it. Now back to the primary flight plan and the fix info. Los Angeles 25 right, runway track 251, and Los Angeles emergency 7 in the reference fix. So that's safe. Then let's go data, pilot's route, and store active. And this is still a little bit bugged. Hopefully they are going to work on that with a future update. Alright then, so we've got that. So let's go ahead and continue on the init page, next page, and then let's quickly find the most up-to-date load sheet for our operations. Telex. Gate assigned in Chicago. No, I don't care about Chicago. No idea where that comes from. So let's go. Load sheet. It's 129.9. And the forecast CG is at 30.9. Fuel 18. Wind component average 18 knots tailwind. So we need a couple of fuel figures now, which are alternate 2.8, then final 2.4, and route reserve 0.6. And that's all looking good, giving us 14 minutes of extra fuel down here. Good, then we need our performance figures next. So here it is, config 1 and 70 degrees flex. Alright, takeoff speeds 153, 153, 154. Okay, reduction in acceleration, we'll do noise abatement procedure number 1, so that's gonna be 1100 and 1100, engine out in 1600 is fine, nothing pre-selected, and Los Angeles 25 right for the progress page, and that's it. So that's our FMS preparation completed. Then let's finish up over here on the glare shield. So that must be the final load sheet, wonderful. But for now, QNH 3005. Set initial climb I think it's 5,000, but we'll see from air traffic control anyway. And that's it. Ground from flight deck. Okay, mind your ears, oxygen test. Yes, no, maybe? Interesting, they've removed the click spot down here. Or is the window blocking it? Let's see. That's interesting. The window doesn't seem to have a click spot at all anymore. That's better. And look at that. Now we can open up the click spot down here as well. Good. So with boarding now done, fueling is also done. We can turn on the pumps and the seat belts. And then let's go ahead and start the APU. Cool. So that's all done. The load sheet has just arrived. Then let's finish up with our final performance. So let's see, compliance with edition number 3, that's the one we've been using, Los Angeles to Seattle, that's all correct, 129.8, so in it, next page, and we had 129.9, so 100 pounds less, 30.9 is correct, fuel in tanks 18.2 is correct, alright, and that's 147.6, that's all looking good. Versus 147.4, close enough, happy with that. Well, we could enter 18.1 or something the likes, which would be a little bit more fitting. In any case, that is good, so we can accept this load sheet. Alright, and with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk to our passengers and quickly say hello. Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel, and the name of United Airlines. Welcome aboard our Airbus A320 on this flight 357 from Seattle to Los Angeles. Or the other way around, actually, from Los Angeles to Seattle. Flight time today, 2 hours and 5 minutes, expecting a smooth ride in 36,000 feet. Thank you very much for being with us. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. And if there is anything we can do for you to make it more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask any of our China cabin crew. Thank you very much for your attention, and once again, welcome on board. Alright then, let's go ahead and call for our clearance up next. So let's see where delivery can be found here. So pinned AGC, please. So let's see, delivery 120.35. Los Angeles delivery, United 357, request IFR clearance to Seattle. And we've got information. Oh, I forgot the identifier.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
Okay, so they're working on it. In the meantime, everything down here is finished. So let's bring that one down to the flight plan page. We need performance over here. And this is all looking good. APU bleed on, external power off. Prepare the plane for pushback,
United
please.
357, cleared to Seattle via the Lady J4 departure. Then as filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Departure on 124.3. Squawk 1244. Expect runway 25 right.
United 357 is cleared to Seattle via the Lady J4 departure. Climb 5,000. Departure 124.3. Squawk 1244. Runway 25 right. Okay, so 5,000's correct. We got
257, read back correct.
Oh, look at that, they just changed the controllers. So, Lady J4 in and 124.3, we may just tune that as a reminder down here. So, 1243, here we go. Okay,
Manual,
and Squawk
boarding is started and the
1244.
first passengers are aboard the plane.
Cool, so that's all done, then let's go ahead and do the departure briefing, please.
Flying from Los Angeles to Seattle. We're thrilled to have you with us today.
Alright, departing Los Angeles 25 right, Lady 4 departure, initial 5000, MSA, well, straight ahead it's the open water, so 3000 is actually gonna keep us safe, but we do have high terrain up to the north. Extra fuel and time, let's see what we got down there, is 1,300 pounds, which equals 17 minutes. Alright, so thanks for that. Now let's go for the other part. No hotspots for our taxi routing, and the stop margin for today's takeoff should be more than sufficient. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, 3,091 feet, so no problem at all. Engine out sits straight at 25 miles to the Los Angeles emergency 7 point. If you need to come back, an ILS 25 left is programmed. In case of an immediate return, which I'm only going to do for any unextinguishable fires or stuff the likes, we are just going to come back onto a traffic pattern in 1,500 feet. We are not overweight, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. Alright, apart from that, nothing special, nothing non-standard. Anything from your side? No? Lovely. Then we are done with all that good stuff. Let's do the cockpit preparation checklist, please. Gibbons covers removed. So, no, of course, at that very moment my iPad turns off. So, Gibbons covers removed. Fuel quantity 18,140 pounds. Seatbelts on. ADRs, nav, and barrel ref QNH 3005. Cockpit preparation checklist complete. So then in the real world we'll now call the ramp for the pushback. Over here, I suppose we're down here number 6, so that would be UA ramp control 129.5. Unfortunately in the sim we don't have that, so I'm just going to go to the south ground on 121.75 over here. Not 100% sure if that's the right one, if he just covers the part down there. Could very well be, so let's see, we do have west ground 1 to 1.4. I'm gonna give that one a shout. Ground from flight deck. So, please confirm all doors and hatches are closed, ground equipment is removed and bypass pins installed. That's all confirmed. Alright, thanks, we'll call you back in a moment. Cool. So, trim down 0.1, forgot that earlier. Here we go, and then let's call ground. Los Angeles Ground United 357 request pushback and startup.
United 357, pushback and startup approved, tail north.
Pushback and startup approved, tail north, United 357. Alright, cool. Ground from flight deck. Push and start approved, face north, and the parking brake is now set. So,
American 1628, give way to the
face
SkyWest
south,
Embraer 75
no
on
idea
your
which of
left.
the spots it is, so
Give way
let's
to
go.
the
Release
SkyWest
brakes,
Embraer
please.
75, American 1628.
Brake release, clear to push, and we're standing by for your signal to stop the engines. Roger that.
Delta 867, pushback approved.
Alright, and here we go. So, let's see, can we see any of those spots? There's one over there, but that seems to be spot number 2. Can't see any spot 1 over here. Well, that's spot 3.
Captain, all doors and flight cross-check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard United Airlines. We're thrilled to have you with us today as we fly from Los Angeles to Seattle. Captain, this flight.
That was an interesting turn into the gate.
Joining me in the cabin is my awesome
SkyWest 3451, request pushback.
I want to go over some
Okay, before start checklist, please.
First off, to fasten your
Push and start approved. SkyWest 3451.
So, parking brake, released, takeoff speeds and thrust. V1 153, VR 153, V2 154, flex 70. Windows are locked and the bacon is tasty.
Delta
Default start checklist
867, runway
complete.
24 right, taxi via Delta
So,
10.
ground ready for startup.
Delta,
Sequence will be
Delta
1
8,
then 2.
Echo, Romeo, cross runway 24 left.
Okay,
Then
starter
cross
1.
runway 24 left, then Romeo.
Put it over your head and pull the straps tight.
Runway 24 right, taxi via Delta 10, Delta 8, Echo Romeo, cross runway 24 left, then cross runway 24 left, then Romeo, Delta 867.
Delta 1875, give way to the United 73 Max on your left.
Giving way to the United 73 Max, Delta 1875.
United 765, give way to the Delta A320 on your left.
Cabin is ready for departure.
Giving way to the Delta A320, United 765.
So that sounds like we've got a pretty good start on engine number 1. Let's see, chuck release point 3 is over here, and 1 is over there, so we're probably pulling all the way to the front. Okay, number 1 is available. And then we're starting engine number 2.
Skywest 3451.
Oh, it's
ready
taking a
to
little
taxi.
while with those V2500
Skywest
engines.
3451, runway 25 right, taxi via Delta 8, Delta Lima, Bravo, Bravo 1.
Runway 25 right, taxi via Delta 8, Delta Lima, Bravo, Bravo 1, Skywest 3451.
So, N2 is coming up.
Delta
Loading
986,
the
give way to
engine
the
right
Skywest
now.
Embraer 75.
And here we go. Fuel
We'll give
flow.
way to the Skywest Embraer 75, Delta
Ignition.
986.
Looks like a normal engine start. Beautiful. Alright, and that's engine number 1 available. Or number 2 it is. I was looking out at spot 1. Okay. So far so right. Let's turn 1 pack off to save a little bit of fuel here. And the push is complete, so brakes. Brake set. So there's been an accident not so long ago. Now that I'm looking down here at the brakes and the engine mode selector, there's been an accident where a pilot wanted to set the engine mode selector into the ignition start position, but unfortunately they reached a little bit too low and set the parking brake to the right hand side during the pushback. Well, let's just say it was fairly unpleasant.
We'll give way
and
to the
fairly
Skywest
expensive.
Embraer 75, Delta 867.
Alright, nonetheless, we'll make sure that stuff like that is not happening to us today. So, quick check down here, status, in-up systems, just pack 2. Alright, while we're waiting for the ground crew to disconnect everything, let's go a little non-standard over here and actually do the flight control check already. Except for the rudder at least. So, full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral. And then clear signal is received. Lovely. So let's also check the rudder. Full left, full right, and neutral. Alright, cool. After start, checklist please. Anti-ice, off, ecom status, checked, pitch trim is at, what's that, 29%, and rudder trim, neutral, after start, checklist complete. United 357, request taxi.
United 357, taxi to runway 25 right via Charlie 6, Bravo, Bravo 1.
Taxi 25 right via Charlie 6, Bravo, Bravo 1. United 357. Okay, straight ahead, Bravo, Bravo 1. Clear right side, clear left side. Let's go.
Ground Moxie 706, taxi to the ramp.
Brake check. Pressure
Moxie
0.
706, taxi to parking. Cross runway 24 left, then Lima.
So there are a couple aircraft coming over there. I want to be in front of them.
Taxi to parking. Cross runway 24 left, then Lima. Moxie 706.
Delta 2130, ready
Okay,
to push.
so left side's clear.
Delta
That
2130,
is an
push and start approved.
MTA-330. That thing went airborne
Pushback
so
approved, Delta
early.
2130.
Alright, so I've got no changes to the briefing. Alright, then let's go for the taxi checklist. Flight controls, check. Flap setting, config, 1
Alaska
set.
1430, cleared for
Radar
push and
predictive
start.
wind shear, on and auto. Engine start selector, norm, and ECAM memo, takeoff, no blue. Taxi checklist complete. Alright, so far so good. Then let's see what our tower frequency is going to be. So, tower 120.95.
Delta 2130, ready to taxi.
Delta 2130, runway 25 right, taxi via Delta 9 or Delta
I
Lima,
just love
Bravo,
how the
Bravo 1.
aircraft accelerates with the engines in idle.
Runway 25 right,
It's one of
taxi
those
via
things.
Delta 9 or
The
Delta
A330
Lima,
does the
Bravo,
same
Bravo
thing.
1, Delta
And
2130.
so many other aircraft do as well, so it's lovely to see that the V2500 engines actually do that on the 320 as well.
Taxi to the gate.
Well, a very light CFM would as well,
Delta
but you get the
1290, taxi
idea.
to parking. Cross runway 25
Alright
left.
then, let's go
Then
tower
Hotel
and
7.
report ready.
Hotel Juliet. Cross runway 7 left.
Los Angeles Tower United 357 ready for departure. So 124.3 departure frequency is selected.
United 357, Los Angeles Tower, runway 25 right, winds calm. RNAV Docker, cleared for takeoff.
RNAV to Docker, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff, United 357. Cabin crew, prepare for departure.
Delta 1290, hold short of runway 7 left. 7L, holding short of Delta 1290.
Okay, lineup checklist. Takeoff runway 25 right, full length. TCAS, TARA, PAX 1 and 2, off. Lineup checklist complete. So, the approaching aircraft are to the parallel, and it looks like we'll have at least one go-around. Good job, ATC. So, they have instructed one aircraft to hold short of our runway.
On
So, you
runway
ready?
25,
Take off.
right.
Delta 1290, hold short of runway 7 left.
Manflex 70, SRS, runway
Hold short
out
of
of
7
blue.
left, Delta
First set.
1290.
Knots. Check. V1, rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Do you hear that nose wheel turning? That's new. Lovely. Nav checked. Departing United 357.
Delta 1290, hold short of runway 7 left.
First climb auto thrust.
Delta 1290, cross.
Los Angeles departure United 357, passing 1600, climbing 5000.
United 357, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb via the city.
0. Climbing via the SIDS, United 357. So, transponder standby, why is
United
that?
357, affirmative, primary weather 350.
What? So, 2000 ago. Speed, vertical speed. Alright, a little bit of terrain over there. We can see it all, so nothing to worry about. And then we got 1000 to go. So, very nice hand flying exercise here to do 1000 feet a minute manually. I always love to fly stuff like this manually, the real world just like in the sim. The primary way you do this, by the way, is via pitch and not via the vertical speed indicator. So if we're at 1000 feet a minute, like we just were, fine. We're at 900 or 800 just now, pitch the airplane up a little bit, and that's all you need to do. And then watch where the vertical speed indicator is going. That's how you can fly the airplane properly. United 357, when can we expect further climb?
United 357, climb and maintain 8,000 when able.
Climb and maintain 8,000, United 357. Alright, thrust line climb, alt 8,000 blue. Now let's pull her up a little bit so that we can make the 7,000 over the shore, which is where Mobile is located. Select the 220. 2,000 to go. So, manage climb, manage speed. And here we go. Mobile at 7,000. No problem. 1,000 to go. Full vertical speed 1,000. Speed, vertical speed. Quite a lot of things happening at the same time here, but this is the kind of hand flying exercise that I really enjoy.
United 357, climb and maintain flight level 250.
United 357, climb and maintain flight level 250.
Departure Delta 1875.
Right, first line climb, alt 8,000 magenta.
Delta 1875, radar contact, climb and maintain 11
don't do this to
1000.
me.
Climb 11 1000, Delta 1875.
Speed, vertical speed 1,000, then we can cross Lady at 8,000, like we should, and once we're through that, we can go all managed again. Here we go, looking good. Alright, we're past Lady. Thrust line climb, alt 25,000 blue. And here we go. That's how I like it. Alright, so that was a pretty good departure so far. I liked it. We're probably not gonna see much over here. On the weather radar, I mean. We are going to see a lot on the look outside because the weather is just looking splendid everywhere today. Passing 10,000. Lights stay on, signs go off.
Down to 4,000
Clear, copy, please.
Directional lead, cleared for the on-ramp Yankee runway 24 left approach. Descend and maintain altitude 4,000 until established. SoCal approach, Alaska 1190, 14,000.
So, clear, copy. So, cruising 360, optional 350, maximum 381. Seattle 16 right, 800 miles to go. Easy going. And that's about everything I got for you for the time being. So enjoy the...
357, climb and maintain flight level 280.
357, climb and maintain level 280. Flight level 280, blue. Okay, lovely. So with that, we've done pretty much everything we had to do. And then I'm looking forward to see you guys again when we start the approach in Seattle.
Aero Mexico 782, contact.
Gets cold, let's turn up the heat, yeah. With every beat we feel the night could be surreal. Could be surreal. When the beat drops down low, let it pull you in real close. Are you down for it? Tell me, are you down for it, boy? And when the lights get low, let the shadows steal the show. Are you down for it? Tell me, are you down for it, boy? The rhythm pulling me deeper. You know I'm caught in your gravity, falling. I can't believe this night just belongs to me and you. Can you feel me? And when the lights get low, let the shadows steal the show. Are you down for it? Tell me, are you down for it, boy? I'm ready for the thrill, yeah. Don't hold me back, it's real, baby.
United 357, continuing the Hawk 8 as file, descending 5,000. Alright then, down to 5,000 and on the Hawks 8 arrival. The approach controller told us a little bit earlier that there were some interferences on the tower frequency, so they were holding traffic for a little bit, but it seems okay at the moment. So let's see what's going to happen for the arrival. In any case, we're below 18,000, we're already on the local QNH, and now descending to 5,000 feet. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what we're actually to do for our arrival. We'll disregard the more drag over here, we should be perfectly capable of catching that profile. We're about 1200 above right now, as you can see down there. By the way, I do hope that Phoenix is eventually going to update the 320 so that we see it over here next to the green dot, as well as pretty much any A320 in the real world does nowadays. Okay, so a little look at the arrival into Seattle. Hawks 8 is what we are following at the moment, and we are just about over here at Pikes, Kofe, Breeby, basically onto a downwind. Down to 6,000, ATC is cleared us to 5,000, MSA is 3,400 in the sector, so not much of a problem. Expecting the ILS approach runway 16 right today. This is what it looks like. Radar vectors towards the final, really, and then we'll see what we're doing. Starting in 4, and eventually 1.9 for the final approach point down at Finca. Pretty good glide, well, all standard stuff really. We need Cat 1 minimal of 620 over here. 16 right, vacating probably close to the end, either Foxtrot or Quebec, depending on where we're gonna park. We'll have to see about that for the time being, and well, that's about all that there is for us for the moment. Weather is not an issue, terrain is, so let's go over to the terrain display down here, and well, that's about everything that I have in terms of preparation. One thing I do plan on flap 3 landing, so let's turn on GPW as landing flaps 3, and then I suggest we're going to go right into the approach briefing. So for the approach, we are looking at the Hawks 8 for a vectored ILS 16 right, minimum 620, go around straight at right hand turn, initially 2,000 and later on 5,000. 2,200 is the MSA, so we are going to accelerate in 2,200 for that one in case of an engine out. Apart from that, extra fuel and time is 1,900 pounds, which is 25 minutes. Lovely, so that's that. We will fly a flight director guided ILS approach using config 3. Idle reverse, vacate the runway to the left hand side with auto brakes low. Hotspots for the taxiing is going to be the crossing of 3-4 center and 3-4 right, and then somewhere down to the parking spots. We'll call the ramp, well, basically as soon as they clear us into it. Apart from that, nothing special, nothing non-standard. Threats for the arrival. Terrain is a little bit of a threat, so terrain displays will be in use. Weather is not a problem.
United 357, contact Seattle approach on 119.2.
119.2, United 357.
Alaska 1075, contact Seattle approach on 119.2.
Seattle approach, United 357, passing 10.3, descending 5,000 via the Hawks 8.
United 357, Seattle approach. Good afternoon. Seattle altimeter 3003. Expect the ILS runway 16 right approach into Seattle.
Altimeter 3003, expecting the ILS 16 right, United 357. Okay then, passing 10, light signs, LS. And down here we got GPS primary, high accuracy, and the mode selector is on norm. Alright then, that's not good so far. So, inbound Key West, which is kind of exactly the opposite side of the states, but I like those waypoint names.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your flight attendant speaking. We're now on our final approach into Seattle, so it's time to turn off those electronic devices and stow them away until we arrive at the gate. Please put your tray tables away, ensure your seats are in their full upright position, and fasten your seatbelts. We'll be landing shortly at United Maintenance Facility, UA3.
What?
For your cooperation. Please check that everyone is seated and has their seatbelts fastened. Captain, the cabin is ready.
No, we're not going to land at the maintenance facility, I can tell you that much.
United 357, we've got things all cleared out. You're cleared to leave the hold at Hawks. Resume your arrival.
Resuming the arrival, United 357. Yeah, they told us that a little bit early already, so no further comment. And our actual gate is going to be Sierra 15.
United 357, stay altitude.
8,700, United 357. Alright, let's help it a little bit. speed brakes coming out. Okay, so ship in Yashin, 210 knots and 6,000 feet. Let's just make sure we can actually do that.
Descend and maintain 4200, turn left heading 320 vectors for the ILS runway 16 right approach.
Descending 4,200 left and 320 vectors ILS 16 right, United 357. Thrust idle open descent heading. Ooh, it's pulling some G's. So temperature 17, then we don't need any anti-ice, and then let's do the approach checklist. Barrel ref, QNH 3003, seatbelts on, minimum, Sparrow 620, auto brake, low engine start selector, norm approach checklist complete. Alright then, I don't think we'll need that speed brake any longer. So let's sextant the centerline, please. So direct Buckney, and the inbound is going to be 164. And the opposite of that is actually 344. Good, that looks good. Insert. No enough intercept, that's fine. And pull heading. Good, here we go. Nice. Okay, so we'll maintain the clean speed for the time being. It's closest to the 210 that we were supposed to fly anyway, and a little bit more economic. Okay, would just be lovely if we weren't in the clouds here so that we could actually see something, because the arrival just looks totally beautiful. But then again, the clouds do look beautiful as well, as long as you're not in them. They really do, don't they? I think Asobo's done an awesome job on those.
United 357, descend and maintain 4000, turn right heading 020.
Descending 4000, right heading 020, United 357. Okay, 4000 blue, heading 020. So we're 13 miles out. Let's see, is that DME at the threshold? It's probably not. No, it's at 1.6, so we're about 10 miles out. We have 8 miles to the center line, so our altitude is
United 357, 9 miles from Bugney, turn right heading 090, descend and maintain 3200 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 16 right approach.
Turn right heading 090, descend and maintain 3200, cleared ILS 16 right, United 357.
Alaska.
Oh, sorry, I blocked him. Well, that's fine. Okay, glide slope's live. Speed, vertical speed. Let's fly her straight into that glide slope and attempt to do a nice continuous descent approach. So, where is Everett? There it is, okay. Kind of thought it would have been a little bit closer. In any case, we're sitting in the wrong airplane for Everett. Ooh, but look at that. Well, don't look at that, but the rest of the terrain looks superb. And they're vectoring us straight across the Space Needle. Now that's lovely. Flap Swan. Speed check. Flap Swan.
Alaska 1075, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9er.
Switching to Seattle Tower on 119.9er. Alaska 1075.
Okay, 19.9, we can set that one up
Alaska
as well.
48, direct to LAC. Cleared for the RNAV Yankee runway 16 right approach. Descend and maintain 4000 until established.
Down to 4000, cleared for the RNAV Yankee 16 right approach, Alaska 48.
Alright, let's help ourselves with the final vector. Runway is a 16.
Contact Seattle Tower on 119.9er crossing Bugney.
119.9 at Buckney, United 357. Catherine Dual Autopilot 1-2, Glide Slope Star, Lock Star. Beautiful. And we're about over Buckney anyway, so let's call the tower. Seattle Tower United 357, ILS 16 right. Man, look at that. Look at that.
United 357, Seattle Tower, say again your request. United.
The United 357 were established on the approach, 16 right. So, fuel elevation is 400, that means in 2.4 we are going to...
United 357, affirmative. You are established on the ILS approach for runway 16 right.
Yeah, lovely. Thanks for whatever you've just done there. But anyway, ATC is working quite well today. This and the holding is actually the only two things that I have to criticize today. That's quite cool. So, flaps 2. Speed checked, flaps 2. And let's have a bit of fun. I do believe they use the auto thrust in the States, so you're down. So, speed takes a while to come back, but we're in VMC, so it shouldn't be too much our problem. Flaps 3. Speed check, flaps 3.
Seattle Tower, Alaska 48.
Tiny bit of
Established on the
tailwind.
RNAV Yankee runway 16 right.
Ooh, Alaska's flying on it.
Alaska 48, roger.
So, 500 feet is the gate, and that equals 900 on the altimeters. Landing checklist, ECA memo, landing no blue, landing checklist complete.
Approaching
We also got the cabin ready.
16
Nice.
right.
Checked. Alright, let's make it a good one. Very nice pitch, by the way. This is what an Airbus flies like. Land. 5 degrees.
100 above.
Honeycomb 3. Beautiful.
Minimum.
Continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard. Drive.
That felt more positive than I expected. Spoilers. Reverse green, decel.
1,200 meters remaining. 900 remaining.
70 knots. Manual brakes.
600 remaining.
Manual lag. You are supposed to call what you see, aren't you? Alright, here we go. And exactly 2 hours 5. Exactly what Simbrief predicted.
Southwest 1845, winds 280 at 3, runway 16 left, cleared for takeoff.
Yeah, that
Cleared
was
for
2
takeoff.
stations.
16 left. Southwest 1845.
Alright, cool. Runway is
United
located.
357, contact ground on 121.7.
121.7, United 357.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Seattle. Did you know that Seattle is home to the first Starbucks coffee shop?
What is it doing?
Yeah, it opened in 1971 at Pike Place Market. Also, the Space Needle, which is a must-see, was built for the 1962 World's Fair. Thanks for flying with United Airlines today. Please remain seated until we...
Seal ground, United 357, request taxi to gate Sierra 15.
Goodbye to you now. The local time here in Seattle is
United 357, taxi to United Maintenance Facility, gate UA3 via Quebec, cross runway 34 center, then Quebec, cross runway 34 right, then Bravo, Golf, Alpha. Good day.
Approaching.
Well, we are not going to go to the maintenance facility. United 357 via Quebec, crossing runways 34 center and 34 right. United 357 request taxi to Sierra 15. Come on.
Three, 4, center, approaching, 3, 4, right.
Yeah, and we're clear to cross. Right, tell you what, then I'll just select the
United
gate.
357, taxi to United Maintenance Facility, gate UA3 via Quebec, cross runway 34 center, then Quebec, cross runway 34 right, Bravo, Golf, Alpha.
Okay, it
Good
would
day.
have been nice if it brought us here all the way, but I don't care. Then we're just gonna go into the ramp. Is there a ramp? United 357 for Sierra 15. So let's get that APU running. Okay, we'll take a slight shortcut over here. After landing checklist. Radar and predictive wind shear. Off. After landing checklist complete. Okay, the guidance system is up. A320 is on there. Lights. Off. Stop. Man, this is so much easier in the real world. Alright, APU is almost there. We can shut down number 2 already. Here we go. APU avail. And shutting down 1. Cabin true, all doors in park. Alright, both engines are running down. Beacon is off. Come on, disarm those slides, please. Yeah, slowly but steadily. And here we go. So it's more than cold enough. We can switch the APU off. And then let's do the parking checklist, please. Parking record trucks. Brake set. Engines off. Wing light off. Fuel pumps off. Parking checklist complete. Alright, cool. So we've made it all the way to Seattle. Let's see, fuel usage is even 11.3, and we were supposed to use how much? Round about 12. Perfect, so we saved 700 pounds of fuel. Up here everything's done. 1, 2, 3 going off. Landing flap 3 can go off as well, and that's it. So, thank you very much everyone for flying along. I do hope you guys enjoyed the flight as much as I did. I surely had a blast at this one, and gotta say that apart from that taxi-in instruction, our ATC was pretty good today as well. Really enjoyable flying like this. I do hope you guys think the same after today. And I do hope that you guys have liked the patch 2 of the Big Phoenix update as well. I most definitely did, especially the engines. If you recap that cruise, if you just want to look at it again, I don't know, then you can really see how the speed was allowed to deviate a little bit from the target in order to favor a steady N1 on the engines. And that's exactly what auto thrust would do. That's exactly how this stuff works. I do hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I most certainly did. Be sure to leave your feedback in the comments underneath the video. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.